Welcome to the KidHash podcast. Hey everybody, welcome to the KidHash podcast. I'm here with my co-host Gypsy-J.
What's up?
And today we're actually having a little kart cast. Jay and I will be playing some Mario Kart while we speak to you guys and just kind of shoot the shit. Because not a lot's going on in the cannabis front right now. There's just a lot of pissing and moaning back and forth. So we're just going to bullshit.
Alright.
Let's get this road on the show.
Yeah, I'm going to yell bananas probably about 100 times. I hate the bananas.
These things are bullshit.
I love the shells, though.
Yeah. Oh, one thing that I did want to make sure that I mentioned to you guys is that I came across one headline that stood out, and that is that there are still more cannabis arrests and imprisonments than there are heroin arrests.
Is that right?
Yeah. So, I don't know. If you're,
That's crazy.
if it's not really an issue that hits home for you, maybe that's something that you'll consider, because that's just nonsense.
It is. Like, people that commit murder, they're facing less time than people that got caught with, like, a few plants.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, it's a plant. Speaking of plants, whoever came up with this game, A, is brilliant, and B, they were on some plants. I don't know if it was pot or mushrooms, but this game is trippy as fuck. I mean, I've got a turtle with wings on the back of a car, and he's juggling shells.
I'm driving a shell.
Yeah, me too. We're playing Double Dash for you guys listening.
Old school.
Fuck yeah. This isn't really old school, though. You can't really call it old school. I mean, it was GameCube. I guess.
Oh, it was GameCube?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of, by today's standards, old school, but
okay.
I think then we're just lowering the bar for old school.
I was thinking Nintendo 64.
Yeah, that console was, in my opinion, the best pre-2000 console. Pretty sure that was pre-2000, right?
Yeah, it came out in the 90s.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I think that's, besides the cabinets, the upright arcade games, those were the best as far as benchmarking goes. I mean, that was a huge breakthrough when they were able to just have video games in gas stations. But
I like those. Oh yeah, another thing about plants.
Fucking blue shells.
Really? I got it too. I was behind you.
Well, don't be up my ass.
Shut up. If you go to Cheerios, oh my gosh. If you go to Cheerios, it's like Cheerios.org or whatever their thing is, they will give you 500 free wildflower seeds? Is that what it is? I think it's wildflower seeds to help save the honeybees.
That's important. Honeybees are important.
It is. There are so many people on my Facebook that have already ordered theirs, which is great. I need to get on that too.
Yeah, I mean, if I had the space for it, I would be a beekeeper, just because I think it's a great idea. Like I've said it before on this podcast, I think it's a great idea to do anything and everything you can by yourself. And I think, honey, that's a huge antibacterial, and it's just good to have around as a natural sweetener. So it's an important staple to have in your cabinet. But from what I understand, like fresh off the comb honey is fantastic.
This thing is rigged. This game is rigged.
I never understood the logic. Like you had a star and now your dude is sparkling.
And anything that I hit gets destroyed.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like I said, the guys that made this, they had to have been on something.
I appreciate it.
I'm thinking mushrooms, because there's an awful lot of mushrooms in these games. All the Mario games, there's a lot of mushrooms.
I like mushrooms. I chose the mushroom as my logo.
Would you do mushrooms?
No.
That's the question.
I would not.
Why not?
Honestly, I don't think I'd do anything stronger than weed. Just because I can barely handle that half the time.
So you wouldn't want to try something that would unlock your mind?
No, because I have a really hard time keeping my mind at ease as it is. My mind plays tricks on me a lot, and
That's fair. I mean, even good stuff, not everybody should have.
I like to be in control of my mind.
Well,
So
you can't. Control is an illusion, though. You can't have control of everything.
yeah, but you know,
I get what you're saying. Like I said, even good stuff, like not everybody should have it. I mean, spinach is healthy, but you're not allowed to have it because of your kidney stones.
that really blows.
You know, everything has an effect, a negative effect on somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I would consider it like later in life. Right now, I'm still young. There's still a lot to figure out. Where I'm at right now.
Do you feel young?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel older for sure. I think everybody, eventually, it kind of you feel the shift where you go from feeling like a kid to feeling, like an adult. And I mean, I feel like an adult, but I'm still I still feel young. I think
I feel young, but I feel like I'm getting old.
I think it's important to feel young because
No.
anybody I've seen that's super happy when they're old, they're so immature. They're ridiculous. It's fantastic. They're the best old people in the world, the ones that act like they're 10. So I think that's important. It's way more important than any bank account or savings account or investment that you can make. That's why it's so important to stay positive. That's way more valuable than any financial investment you can make. Invest in yourself. That's why, I don't know. I see the merit and the importance of education, but I think we've kind of perverted education in this country. So I would certainly not push any kind of college education on my kid for professional reasons. I mean, when I have kids, I would encourage them to be educated and to get educated, but I wouldn't do it with the intentions of settling into a career.
I'm sorry, I'm so pissed. I was leading first for so long.
Hey, people aren't tuning in to hear you get pissed.
This game, it's very, very dangerous.
I'd offer her some pot, but anybody that listens to this knows she's not down. She doesn't get funky with it.
I'm not against it. I just.
Well, of course not. You're talking to me.
Right.
You're on the podcast. One that I would be interested in trying when I'm this is my going out with a big bang kind of when I'm old thing. I would try DMT.
Oh gosh. That'll change you.
That's a different one though, because any other thing, it's there's at least a handful of hours where it's having an effect on you. And DMT, that's 20. It's like taking a nap, 20 minutes and done. So you can have this full-blown transcendental experience, and if you wanted to, you could do it before work. Plus, I find it fascinating. I find it intriguing that everybody that has done it, they see the same thing.
Which is?
They always describe it as this, it's often, very often referred to as the God molecule because it takes you almost consistently to this place of geometrical figures and colors, and a lot of people say that once they break through the barrier and they settle into it, they see a thing, a being.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know, I feel like there's if there was one thing that gave you access to a higher being or a higher power or another dimension or whatever, is it so hard to believe that it would be this molecule that's in everything. Like, you're making it right now. You're going to make an excess of it while you're sleeping tonight. That's why when you have those super trippy dreams, that's what's going on.
I have so many weird dreams all the time.
Well, a lot of times it's, especially the more positive ones, if it's like very colorful and psychedelic and just kind of a real transcendental dream, a lot of times it's like a DMT dump. Your pineal gland is just working overtime because you're sleeping.
Right.
And your brain switches into this whole other mode. So, I mean, I would be interested to know what it's all about, but like I said, that's when I'm old.
When you're old? How old?
I don't know. The older you get, the more you're rolling the dice. Like, every day that passes is one less day of the list of days where things might go wrong.
That's true.
So I wouldn't want to put it off for too long. I'd hate to be like 60 and have a heart attack and miss out on my chance.
Yeah, that's with anything though. You could die at any moment.
I know, but like, I feel like you can't use that as a reason not to plan shit. And I mean,
no,
that's kind of something to look forward to when I'm old.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like, people will be so like stressed out about next week, but you might not even make it until next week.
Yeah, that's very true.
Or like maybe you're planning like a vacation of a lifetime and you never even make it there.
Yeah, of course it sucks like when you think that way and then next week you're still there and you haven't planned for next week.
Yeah. Okay.
Then you have that moment where you're like, well, shit, it might have been better had I not been here today.
Tornado! Oh, man.
But, that's like everything else. You gotta find balance. That's why I like finding a thing that can help you maintain your childlike nature and just your positivity, something that you can funnel that through and, look at the world through. That's important. Otherwise, you end up all crotchety and old and bitchy and pissy and just...
Yeah, I already found that thing.
Working at the DMV. I've never seen a happy DMV employee.
Aren't they state workers, though? I thought they made pretty good money.
Oh, I'm sure the money they make is just fine, especially considering they're just sitting behind a desk telling people that they have the wrong form. So it's not like their lives are horrible, but it's just a pointless job. I mean, it really is. The DMV, like, I get why the system's there. I get it. It serves a purpose, but it's kind of just an extra layer of restriction that we don't need. We really don't. We don't need it. It's convenient and it makes things run smoother, but we don't need it. I mean, what's anybody going to say if I don't know, if I like got a horse? There are plenty of towns where it's totally illegal to ride around with a horse.
I would love to do that.
Don't have to have insurance with a horse. Don't have to register a horse.
I think that's the case with a scooter.
The low ones, the 50 cc's in most places. But that's like, you can upgrade the engine with aftermarket parts and make it like an 80 cc and it's still got the 50 cc tag. But I'm not sure about the legality of that. I know with like the 100 and the 150 cc's, you definitely have to have insurance.
Whoa, Banana City. Was that you?
I took some credit for that, definitely. Drop some more here.
Can you go ahead and not do that?
Okay, so what was your favorite console?
What, growing up or now?
Yeah, definitely.
Growing up, I really liked PlayStation when it came out, like the original PlayStation.
Yeah, that was good. I don't know.
I did like the normal Nintendo, the regular Nintendo.
Yeah.
I liked Nintendo 64. I mean, I've liked all of them. It's just like...
What year did the original PlayStation come out?
Maybe 99, maybe 98.
So it was late 90s for sure?
It might have been 2000. I don't know. I think I remember I remember I got one when I was like 5 or 6, and I'd play that all the time.
Well, I put that one, like, in my mind, there's like a hierarchy of game consoles. Like, you've got the early retro cabinets, and then you've got like the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo.
Atari.
Yeah, and then like above those, in my mind, it's like Nintendo 64, Sega Genesis, and PlayStation.
I didn't have Sega growing up.
Oh, I had a Sega Genesis. I played the shit out of some Sonic.
My cousin had it, and I loved it. And he also had, what is that, Super Smash Brothers?
Oh, yeah, that's a good game.
Oh my gosh, I loved that game.
I like it on GameCube.
Okay, wait, what's the difference between Nintendo and Nintendo or Super Nintendo?
Well, you've got the original Nintendo.
I can't remember the difference.
It's, I mean, just like with PlayStation and PlayStation 2, it's, you know, the Super Nintendo was an upgrade.
Oh, okay.
It had, you know, just some better gear on it.
Do you remember blowing into the game?
Of course.
Oh my god.
You always had that, like, everybody had their own little technique with their particular game.
Yes. You gotta do it this way, buddy.
And then you've got, like, this cartridge only works if you slam the hell out of it 3 times.
Oh man, there was this one racing game that I had for the original PlayStation, and I was under the impression that the only way that it would actually start,
oh shit, we unlocked Luigi's Mansion.
woo, is if everyone in the room was quiet.
What?
Yes, it was like when everyone was quiet, it would load, but if people made a noise, it would crash out and say, what, like disk error or something.
That's ridiculous.
That was an amazing racing game. I wish I remember what that was. But I do know one of my favorite games for PlayStation 2. It was ATV games.
Oh yeah, those were cool. We used to play those, like, when I was a kid. My dad, he was really into video games, so he was like, my dad's always been the cool dad. Like, none of my friends, none of their dads played video games with them. But me and my dad, like, we played video games every day for, 30 minutes, an hour. We just kill some time, play some video games before he had to do what he had to do. And it was really cool, especially on the weekends. And we would play, like, the ATV games, or we would play Tony Hawk. He's the only dad I know that's played Tony Hawk.
Actually, my dad and I we'd play the football games together.
Oh, your dad plays more than just those military games? Your dad's serious with those military games.
Yeah, but yeah, when I was little, we'd play football like all the time, and we'd play the ATV games, and he would play Tony Hawk with me, Tony Hawk Underground 2.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
That was my favorite one. But yeah, I remember I woke up in the middle of the night. I was probably like 6.
Oh, I'm coming up your ass.
And thank you. And I like lost my tooth in my sleep.
1, 2,
Stop! I hate that. I lost my tooth in my... You ass. I lost my tooth in my sleep, so I went upstairs. It was like 3 in the morning, and my dad was just sitting there playing the game, and I'm like, no wonder you're so good, you know? Like, he'd just be practicing in the middle of the night.
Well, yeah, I mean, you as a kid, you've got all kinds of time to master that game. He's got to, be able to step up.
He'd always beat me at football, though. To this day, he probably still does.
I hate those games. Like, I'm not into watching sports and stuff, which makes those games just even worse for me. Because I know how to run the plays and everything. I get it. I played football. And that's kind of one of those things that happens when you're forced to play a sport, and when you're, like, when that's all that your parent likes to watch, or that's like a huge part of their...
Dude, Banana City.
That's like a huge part of their life. Like, you grow up not wanting any part of that.
Yeah,
so I don't
get that.
Like, I don't like any kind of team sport. I prefer, like, UFC, like MMA, that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And, like, boxing's okay, but to me, boxing, it's like, I respect the fighters, but the whole time I'm watching, I'm like, throw a kick. He's not expecting that. So I can't watch that, because I feel like they're just kind of doing half of the work that they could be doing.
Yes.
But there's like a whole different strategy to it, so I respect it. You guys kick my ass, no problem.
You got me thinking about my childhood now.
Good things, bad things.
Sorry, I was taking a drink of my ginger ale. That's like the only soda I can have.
Ooh, bummer.
It's
That's
pretty
okay.
good.
I mean, it's a bad habit that you're forced to break. Think of it like that. Soda's horrible for you.
I never drink it anyway, but when someone tells you that you can't have it, kind of pisses you off.
I don't drink it unless somebody has it around, and then I can't stop. Like, if I'm choosing my drinks, it's like, I don't want any of that shit. And then it's around me, and it's like a crack addict being reintroduced to something.
Oh,
Like,
man.
oh, yes, I love it. I'm going to pound this whole case.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's super annoying because then you get, like, the carbonation in your stomach, and if you're not drinking soda all the time, that's a huge shock to your system, and it just makes you feel like crap.
Oh, yeah, I had cheesy shells earlier. Haven't had them since I was a little kid. I can actually taste, like, the fakeness of it.
The fakeness? So what, did you have the crappy powdered kind?
I don't think so, but there was something about it that just didn't taste natural.
Oh, none of it's natural. Definitely
yeah, like,
not.
it just made me, like, sick instantly.
Yeah, and that kind of stuff, it weighs you down.
Oh, you were saying childhood, good things, bad things.
Yes.
Both. Naturally. Really?
Son of a bitch. Got a red shell at my ass. I mean, I like to party, but not that much. I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast earlier. I highly recommend to anybody listening. He has a lot of fantastic guests on. I'd love to have guests on, but we gotta find some interesting people around here because I don't want to assault our listeners with some crappy Skype call interview or anything like that. We gotta find some interesting local people or go find some people.
That's true. And the reason why we haven't found anybody is because, well, people don't really know where we are geographically, but in the winter season, it is a very dead area.
Yeah, we're in a seasonal town, guys. So, but we will definitely have some more interesting people on here because we're about to go into the season.
Oh yeah.
We'll do some recordings at some good events and stuff like that. Make this interesting.
It's like a tourist area for sure.
Yeah, but those are good areas to be in during the season, as an employee or as a local resident, because the money just flows in places like that.
It does. I actually have a boss that I worked for. They just do the season, which is like April to, it's like Memorial Day to Labor Day, and then they don't work the rest of the time, the rest of the year, from September to May again.
They must make good money during the season.
They do. And actually, I don't know if I told you, but they have an ice cream shop. It was last season when Pokemon Go came out. Their ice cream shop is a Pokestop.
Oh, nice.
So
are they one of those places that like pays somebody to put the lures in every like half hour?
I don't know.
A lot of companies are using that as like a promotional thing.
Actually, when I went there and talked to him, I don't think he even knew that he was a Pokestop.
Oh, what a shame. That guy's missing out.
Because
companies are making bank off of that.
He was like, I don't know why, but this was our most successful year.
Yeah, and that was without him even trying. Imagine if he tried.
I know. I'm like, you're a Pokestop, right? And he's like, I don't know what you're saying.
I think he missed the boat, though. You know what I mean?
Probably.
Like that game, it's been out for a while, and it's settling. I mean, it's still a good game, and it's cool to like load it up every now and then and play it, but it definitely doesn't have the kind of hype or traction that it had initially.
Maybe to you, but to me, I'm all about it.
Oh no, I enjoy playing the game, but the general public isn't so jazzed about it as they were when it came out.
That's true.
And that's important because it's in the grand scheme, when it comes to owning a business, you have to jump on to trends like that immediately, or you're going to miss out on a lot of instant cash. I mean, there were businesses that were advertising the crap out of the Pokestops around them, or offering deals to people that played. So, like, if you were, I know there was like a pizza place that would give you a free, I think it was like a free piece of pizza if you were ranked to a certain level in the game.
Huh. Oh, yeah, I remember seeing stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's a huge promotional thing.
What level are you?
I'm like 23. I have no clue what the level, I think the highest level is like 40 right now.
Oh my gosh, I keep falling in that hole. I think I'm level 25.
This is, this game, I mean, it's, I like this game, Double Dash, for anybody that forgets or just tuning in.
I'm just tuning in.
I don't know, maybe they're skipping around. But, no, Double Dash, this was a good game. I remember playing this when it came out, and it was like, this is a great drinking game.
I hadn't played this until you showed it to me.
But just a little caveat on there. Anybody that's playing this as a drinking game, just remember, you can't really drive like this. It's important that you remember that before you get too confident as you're driving home from your buddy's house after a night of partying. You cannot slide around the corners like you think you can. Oh, he just chucked your ass.
Yeah, he did.
These ghost tables. Damn it.
Dude, that was absurd.
Seriously, though, I keep coming back to this because it baffles me. I am a turtle hauling a baby in a turtle shell. I mean, who thinks of this?
I don't know. On the newest Mario Kart, I usually get Lemmy.
Lemmy, yeah. They've got a lot of weird new characters, but I mean, it works for them apparently because this shit has been going for a while. They're still coming out with Mario games. So what? Okay, so what's your favorite new console?
New console?
Yeah. Not including VR.
VR.
Virtual reality.
Oh, I haven't even played that.
That's why I said not including. A lot of people haven't.
Okay.
Gotta have some quiche.
Well, we'd always play PS4 with your dad. So.
Oh yeah, he's a gamer.
Oh yeah. We'd always play, what was it, not Nazi. Just zombies, right?
Exo Zombies. We played that one, yeah. That's my favorite one.
I liked Exo Zombies. I liked the other one, like the Old Town, the Magicians and stuff.
Oh, well, yeah, that was like Black Ops 3, right? Pretty sure that one was Black Ops 3.
I don't know. You keep asking me questions when I take a drink.
Well, drink quick.
I try. I do that weird swishy thing.
Yeah.
People make fun of me for it. I can't, gulp the thing or I'll throw up.
Well, you know, you shouldn't have to. I've been trying this thing I read about, and it's especially important for somebody like myself because I'm a rather large fellow, and
You're not that large.
Well, I am compared to most of the people I run into. I mean, I'm proportional for sure, but I'm still a large guy, and it never hurts to kind of cut back where you can. And there's this new trend, and I always want to explore the merits behind new trends, and it's called mindful eating, and it makes total sense. So I've been really trying to, make a conscious effort whenever I eat something. Obviously, sometimes it's not at the front of my mind, but I try to make it so. Basically, you just, chew as slowly as you possibly can when you're eating, and really think about all of the different textures and flavors of each bite. And
okay, Ratatouille.
No, it's really cool because it sounds cheesy and everything, but when you do it, you enjoy the food a lot more, and by the time you've done that and taken the time to appreciate it, it's taken you longer to eat, so more of it's reached your stomach by the time you're done, and you feel more satisfied, and you actually get to appreciate your food a little bit more, which is something that I think just about everybody is lacking right now is, appreciation for food, because they just buy some fake shit, like you said, the cheesy shells. It's just some fake shit that they don't even think about. But
oh my gosh.
But if they took the time to, actually taste it and consider all the flavors that are on their tongue, they might be like, wow, this tastes like some plastic shit. And if it tastes like that,
What's it made of?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of, real stuff in it, like regular food, but there's also plenty of preservatives and plenty of unnatural things and unnecessary things.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it tastes like plastic, what's it made of?
Preservatives have a way of doing that.
Yeah.
They taste super fake.
Crazy.
That's why I've been like looking at old preservation methods and really trying to find somebody that can like maybe take me hunting, but I don't want to go with somebody that's like, they're planning on going out for a week and hunting. I want to go with somebody that's got a trip plan. They're only going to take a day or two. They're going to go and do it because I want to do stuff, but I also want to be able to like get back to reality after I'm done.
Yeah.
That's the thing when you're in the system and you don't have financial freedom. You have to find a way to kind of appreciate outside the system and still remain an active member. We've still got bills and shit to pay, so
oh my Lanta.
Wow, you get real serious with this game.
I'm sorry.
People listening are like, shut the fuck up, just get in the conversation.
Shut up.
Try to listen to this fat ass.
Oh my gosh. Terrible.
Wow, you are way behind.
I know. It's because terrible things keep happening to me. Dude. It's like I get hit with a banana, and then a bomb goes up my butt, and then I get a show. And then someone kept hitting me with these ginormous eggs.
Oh yeah, you derailed me earlier. I was talking about listening to the Joe Rogan Experience earlier.
I derailed you?
And yeah, it's cool. We went down the rabbit hole. It happens. That's what makes for good conversation. But he had this guy on there, and his name is Jim Norton. He's a stand-up comedian. He's a radio personality. He's a writer. He does all kinds of stuff. Just like other stand-up comedians, he's multifaceted. But this dude is a freak. And he was...
He's a freak.
No, he really is. But he's... it's what makes him. It's why he's so interesting. Like, he'll go on, TV or radio, and he'll just be like, yeah, I slept with a tranny once. Didn't know, but I was into it.
New car.
Fuck yeah.
Cool.
Where do we find this new shit?
I don't know.
Alright, we're gonna do one more cup, and then I'm gonna blow your ass up. We're gonna do a battle.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sherbet Land. I don't know how they come up with this.
Have you seen the High Court?
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Doug Benson. That guy's hilarious.
I was watching that last night. I was cracking up.
He's kind of a funny guy, because he,
Have you seen his face recently?
What do you mean?
It's just like, he always looks high.
Oh, he is.
Like, that's just, I know, but like, that's just like his face now.
Yeah, but like, he's really cool, because he has a podcast as well. And it's, Getting Dug with High. And it's like the same thing as the High Court. He just like, it's just an excuse for him to get stoned on camera and ask people questions, and that he just makes money for the sake of smoking pot.
He sounds like a cool dude to hang out with.
Oh, of course.
I'd love to hang out with him.
My thing is, like, I don't like being too high around people that aren't also high. It's weird being the only stone guy in the room.
Is that how you feel around me?
Like, visibly.
Oh.
Yeah, no, because like I said, like, it's got to be noticeable. I keep my shit in check. I'm a utilitarian when it comes to my needs, because I don't have the money to just blow on recreation. So I keep it limited, and I use it for purpose, and I have it down to a system. But, every once in a while, you got to get a little loose, and it's just... Sometimes you get a little too loose, and you're the only one in the room that's loose. And That's really awkward.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like feeling like everyone's staring at you.
Well, and I don't care if I'm somewhere where I don't know most of the people, because that's like part of the function for me is being able to tune those people out. But when it's like a room full of relatives or something, it's like really awkward. Especially when they're all like a generation ahead of you, and there's just, even if they busted you out, there's no explaining it away, because you're just on totally different pages. There's a huge generational gap on topics like that.
Yes.
Unless you're lucky enough to have like super cool, ex-hippie grandparents or parents. I've had some ex-hippie teachers. Those are interesting. The ones that are like super buttoned down, but you can tell that it's all a front.
Oh yeah.
Like they're burying some hippie deep, deep down.
There was this teacher, he took every 420 off as like a personal day.
That's not very incognito.
I know. It was very obvious what he was doing. But he was a cool dude.
Oh, of course he was. He's probably the loosest teacher in the school.
Actually, now that I think about it, do you know anyone that smokes weed that isn't cool?
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
Yeah, plenty.
Well, okay, only weed though.
No, usually they're super aggro people that are like smokers, and they just like, I don't know, they just do whatever they can really get their hands on, or they're just like, yeah, I don't know. I've definitely known a lot of people that smoke pot and were not cool though.
Oh, like the people that steal your weed and then help you look for it?
Oh, that's nonsense. You gotta kick that person out, kick them to the curb.
I don't even know how that's cool. Like,
it's not.
I know, but like, what on earth would make you think that it is?
Well, you're not thinking that it's okay. You're just thinking, I want this. I don't care about them, and this is now mine. And it takes a certain special kind of piece of shit to do something like that, because you're stealing somebody's property, and if you follow that to its logical conclusion, you're stealing somebody's effort, because whoever you're stealing from
or their medicine
worked to pay for that. Yeah, or their medicine. But either way, whoever you're stealing from, they worked to pay for that, or somebody else worked to pay for that and gave it to them out of the goodness of their heart. And so you're stealing somebody else's effort and doing nothing in exchange for it. And that's just, yeah, that's like the shittiest thing that you can do next to killing somebody, is stealing their effort. Because at the end of the day, that's all we are. We're the effort that we can put into something.
I was reading this thing, it was like if you pay $60 for a t-shirt, that's like 6 hours of your life. Like, oh man, could you you worked for it?
Right.
Assuming you make like $10 an hour.
Yeah, and I think that's a fair average to throw out there, because I mean, even in the states where minimum wage is below that, most people make over minimum wage eventually, even if they start at minimum. So $10 an hour, I think, is a fair median.
Yeah, it's just weird when you think about, like, you're wearing 6 hours of your life.
Yeah.
But it really puts a perspective on things, like people that spend $700 on an outfit, like, I mean, I guess that's cool to look nice, but would you ever spend that much?
How much on an outfit?
Like $700?
Oh, certainly not.
I
no.
Say like if you go to certain places in the mall, they charge like $200 for a pair of jeans.
Yeah, not happening, because those jeans, I mean, first of all, when you're paying that much for something, you are getting quality that, theoretically is going to be a durable article of clothing, but you're also paying for the style and the brand name that comes along with that, and there's just cheaper brands that can be just as durable, even if they're not as stylish, but they're also, it's not like they're fucking hideous.
You know, most of my clothes come from thrift stores.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do thrift store shopping a lot. Not necessarily because I have to, but because like there's good deals to be had there. It's clothing that's definitely usable.
I've gotten like brand new stuff. Like I got a brand new pair of Puma tennis shoes for $2.
Oh, can't beat that.
No, they had tags on them and everything, and they fit perfectly.
Yeah, that's I think that's really nice. I think it's awesome that we're, in a place where you can go to, you have options. You can go to a store and pay for something new, or you can go to and pay, a fair amount. $20 for a pair of jeans, $20 isn't no joke. That's a tank of gas. But if you can't afford that, there are people that out of the goodness of their heart have donated to stores so that you can have cheaper options. Because there's, people out there get it. And I think that gets forgotten a lot. I think this, you brought it to my attention. This podcast gets a little serious sometimes.
Sometimes.
And, but I think...
I'm not the serious type.
But I think it's awesome. Like, I wanted to do this podcast to spread positivity. And you're right. We definitely do get serious sometimes because the world is serious and we have to, hash out the issues. But I also think it's important to highlight the positive things going on, and that's huge. That there's just, out of the goodness of their heart, people are just unloading stuff to places like Goodwill or Salvation Army so that other people not so financially well off can still live in some fair amount of comfort. And that's...
Honestly, I can't even fathom spending more than like $5 on a shirt. So
I just don't have a need for it.
It's like,
I don't really care about the designs on my shirt, which, by the way, we do have a sample online of our first shirt design. We don't have it in production yet, but I've got the sample posted so people can see it. It's not bad. We're gonna have some better ones coming down the line, but we're still getting the production process nailed down and getting some designs in order so that we can just put them out when we're ready. But I don't feel like I'm in a hurry. So you guys, well, if you guys feel differently, if people out there really want the shirts, reach out to us on at KidHash Podcast on Twitter, or you can find our website kidhashpodcast.wordpress.com, or you can reach out to Gypsy-J. Go ahead and give them your tag.
Gypsy Joint.
So you can reach her on Twitter and let us know what you guys want. We're definitely not, just on t-shirts either. If you guys have products that you'd be interested in us producing, let us know and we'll find the cheapest way to get it to you.
I am working on baby onesies at the moment.
Those are adorable. I turn into a bitch as soon as I see baby stuff. I really do. I'm like a father without a baby.
So you need some kids in your life.
And some dudes will look down on you when you say something like that. Like, hey man, why you gotta be a bitch about it? But
I like that.
Being
attractive.
Being a father, that's kind of awesome. I mean, it's one of the coolest things that you can do, and I am super stoked about, doing that in the future. Gotta get my shit in order first, though.
Yeah, I want to buy a house before I go to have a kid.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think that's way more important than going to school, especially nowadays when you can educate yourself. I mean, it's definitely...
Educate yourself.
Well, it's definitely not preferable to a classroom environment or even, an online classroom environment where you have a professional teaching you. But now with Google and technology the way that it is, you can still become a very intelligent person on your own. So I think it's way more important to encourage kids, instead of saving up for college, save up for a house that you can own when you're an adult. That should be the first thing that you worry about, because whether or not you go to school, you'll always have a roof over your head. You know, you'll have a way to support yourself without coasting off of your parents.
Yeah, how many like kids drop out of school because they can't afford like eating? Like so many college kids gain so much weight because they're just like eating the cheapest stuff that they could find.
Oh yeah, and it's all horrible for you.
Like hot dogs. You could get like 2 packs of hot dogs for $1.
Yeah. Yeah, and those are, oh man, those are dangerous. I caved actually. I hadn't had a hot dog in like, I want to say 2 years.
That's not true. I'll tell you that right now.
When did I have one?
When we worked at that dealership, we had hot dogs all the time.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, but those were quality. Those were actually pretty good, but
yes, no hot dog is quality in my mind. What you live on?
Yeah, okay, that's fair. But still, I hadn't had it like as a regular part of my diet. It was just something that I, got every once in a while. But I went to the store and I bought not quality hot dogs because I had a hankering for a hot dog. I won't have a hankering for a hot dog ever again.
Oh, that's sick. What happened?
No, but you know what? It was a good thing. Because, like I said, I will never have that craving ever again. So, like you with the soda thing, it's just forcing me to break a bad habit.
I didn't even have the habit.
Well, but you don't need it. And it quickly becomes a habit. And, with the hot dogs, they're terrible for you. They're just, like, they lead to so many bad things.
They really do. I don't know how they're even legal.
Well, I mean, it's still edible, and it's not like they advise you to make it, the cornerstone of your diet, but they will definitely increase your risk of heart attack and plenty of other things. Like, I think the more processed a meat is, the more impact it has on the potential for cancer.
Mm.
And I can't think of any other meat more processed than hot dogs.
That's honestly just making me ill thinking about it.
Well, yeah, and that's how I felt when I ate it. Because, like, to your point, I did have hot dogs over the past year, but they were quality. And I could taste the not quality.
They are not quality.
No, as far as typical hot dogs go, they were decent quality. No hot dog is good quality. It's a hot dog. What do you expect? But it was decent quality. It wasn't like you took a bite of it and you didn't. It's not like you tasted all of the nonsense going on. I ate the hot dog I bought from the store. Oh, I could taste. It's like I could taste the animal abuse.
Ew.
It was disgusting.
Okay. Moving on. Moving on. If people are still listening.
Did I turn them off with my hot dog talk?
Probably.
Good. Maybe they'll stay away from hot dogs. They're bad for you, folks. Ah, these fucking boxes.
What boxes?
The red boxes.
The trick boxes?
Yeah, the trick boxes.
I always end up sliding into one. Even though I know what it is. And like the bananas, every time I hit the banana.
This would be
Look at that angry volcano.
This is a great drinking game, but it would be an even better smoking game.
Look at the turtles, man.
Anybody that played that they would not be driving home that night. It would you'd reach a religious high.
Oh.
Man, I can't get my fucking car going.
I hate this level. I always slip and slide off the mountain.
I'm curious what do you think the most popular game is right now?
I don't even know what the new games are.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, I fell off the gaming scene for quite a while just because they all seem a little redundant, and it's like it became a competition of graphics, and it's like the same game, but now it looks better.
Some of my favorite games were the Call of Duty games. Awesome, I'm in last. I finished in last place.
Step up.
I fell off the mountain. Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, that's a good game.
I love it because like every time you play,
It's the only game where
It's
you can
always-
become a mass murderer, and you know, it's just amusing.
you can do something different every time.
Yeah,
I love it.
I like that. My favorite thing is going on rampages.
Mhm.
I'm the best person to trade off that game with because guarantee you, no matter how good I do, I'll be dead in 10 minutes because I just fuck shit up.
I like to get a rocket launcher, aim it at the ground in front of me, and just like, boom! Just like you just shoot up into the sky
Don't you die?
immediately, and your body hits the ground.
Oh snap! First place. Oh.
Daryl.
Well, you know, I know how to kart. Not my first rodeo.
Rodeo.
All right, we're gonna do a battle, and then we're going to stop assaulting our listeners with this with this hot dog talk.
I can't believe you even started on the hot dog talk. Oh, St. Patrick's Day is coming up. What are you doing for St. Patty's Day? Luigi's Mansion.
I don't know because, as I stated before, I don't drink, and you know what? That I will probably never really miss. I mean, I don't know. It's not like I have anything against it. If I like, if you wanted to drink or something, I'd drink with you, but it's not something that I'm going to pursue on my own, just because I think pot's so much better. Like, just miles better. And, you know, St. Patty's Day, that's the drinking holiday. So I'm kind of out.
I adopted my puppy on that day.
You adopted your puppy. Is your puppy a drunk?
Oh my gosh, I just lost my own balloon.
You're doing all the heavy lifting. So what kind of puppy did you adopt?
She's a Shih-Chi.
Did you get her from like a private person, or did you adopt her? Like, did you rescue her?
Yeah, it was a private person, and I recommend people adopting from shelters. So I did purchase her, but I've had my one dog, Brady. He's been around. I've had him he's going to be 8 this year. And when I moved into my apartment 2 years ago, I was like, oh, he needs a friend. So I got her, and she just turned 2. And she's my world.
Oh yeah, I know. She's a cutie for sure.
She is. And she has such an amazing personality.
Yeah, and that's why I love dogs. They've got personality. Like cat people, I cannot stress how much I dislike cats. And not because I disrespect the animal. Like, the animal itself, it's an animal. It knows it's an animal. It's like, it's all primal. But
I don't like
a
how
dog has personality.
They crap in a box.
Yeah, that's a little yeah. That's definitely a little weird that we just like, here's a box, shit in it. But a dog, we're like, yeah, you go outside. Like, the cat has less personality than the dog, and yet we let the cat go in the house.
What is that?
I don't know, looks like you got a fucked up controller.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's so weird. Like, dogs are way more like people than cats are, and yet we let cats go in the house.
I don't let any cat do anything.
And cats, you know when somebody owns a cat. You can smell it. Because they go in the house. It's horrible.
Indeed.
We need like Robert De Niro's cat from Meet the Parents. We need a cat that flushes. Teaches a dog to flush. That seems like an animal that would be way more, receptive to that kind of training. A dog, I think they'd be way better at learning something like that than a cat would.
Did I just steal one of your balloons?
Yeah, you did.
How does that happen?
You boosted like straight into me.
Cool.
Not for me. You stole my balloon. You're kicking my ass. Oh.
Really?
Yeah, eat that shit.
I'd rather not. Enjoy a giant banana. Really? You really suck, guy.
Says the one losing. I just gotta hit your ass one more time. Gotcha.
You always... I don't think I've ever beat this. I've never beat you at this.
Well, you know, I grew up on this game. Like, my dad, he would always have his friends over, and they would all, like, party and hang out, and I'd just tag along and play video games.
Yeah, why not?
Well, like I said, it's a good drinking game. How do you think I know that? I'm not a drinker.
Have I mentioned the Shamrock Shake yet?
The Shamrock Shake? I don't think you have.
Like, speaking
but
of...
before you get into this, because I know where you're going with this, we are not scientists. All of this information is allegedly so.
Allegedly, the Shamrock Shake from you know where has like 94 grams of sugar in like a small.
Oof.
And yeah, that's a lot, and yeah, it's a shake. I know shakes aren't healthy, but like they target children.
94 grams of sugar. Isn't that enough to hit somebody over the head with?
I think that's like 25 tablespoons.
Like, that's big enough that I could pick it up and throw it at you, and you'd know that I threw something at you. That's a lot.
It is. It's too much.
But yeah, you're right. It's kind of definitely messed up that they target kids with something like that.
And I guess even the adults. So if you guys are thinking about getting a certain Shamrock Shake, I would, you know, stay away from it if you're trying to watch your weight.
Yeah, I don't think that's... I think when I have kids, like, I always kind of thought it was weird when parents try to, like, get their kids on some specific weird-ass diet, but...
You really suck.
A
diet for a kid?
Like, yeah, parents are always, like, telling... Like, there are those parents that have the overachieving kids that they just,
they only drink white milk.
Yeah, they're real specific with what they let the kid have. And I always thought that was weird, but the older I get and, like, the more I look at things like sugar, it's like, okay, I get some of it. I kind of understand. And that's when I realized that I'm getting older. It's not, like, throughout the day I still feel really young. Still feel like a kid most of the time. But when it comes to that kind of stuff, I'm like, alright, well, I'm an adult. It's when I consider things like that, and when I'm at the store and instead of looking at toys, I'm looking at furniture. That's a real moment when you catch yourself doing that. You're like, what the fuck am I doing? I don't even have a living room to put this couch in. Or when you're window shopping for a house.
I do that on daily.
Yeah, kids don't do that. Young people don't do that.
Although, my hubby-dubby, he always makes me feel like a kid.
Why?
Because we just, I don't know, we click so well together. You are a piece. You know that?
Alright, let's close this bitch out. It's getting late.
Is it? 10 o'clock, Granny.
No, I still gotta upload this shit. I still gotta do a lot of stuff with this.
Oh my god.
So, we're gonna get out of here. Appreciate you guys tuning in while we fuck around, and, you know, hope you guys enjoyed the conversation.
We needed to change it up because everything's so serious anymore.
Yeah, we're gonna dial that down a little bit. We're gonna start fucking around a little more.
I'm gonna dial it down a lot. Oh,
next...
Go ahead.
I just want to tell them next time they tune in, they're gonna get a nice little sneak peek at some, like, an impression that I'm working on. I'm gonna try to throw an impression in on, you know.
Yes. Yes.
I've been told I'm pretty good at voices.
This guy could work in Hollywood. Okay, he belongs in animation. Like, he is, oh my gosh, it's crazy. Because, like, I think the actual character is in the room, but it's him just dicking around.
Well, next time when they tune in, they're going to get, I don't want to say what company I'm spoofing here, but I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with Viagra. So the next time that we do an episode, you guys are going to get a commercial of Viagra by my version of Chris Rock.
I can't wait for that. Can you give them a little something?
No, I want to save it for the next time.
Okay, something else. Just something else.
Something else. Well, throw me something.
Now I can't think. Okay, maybe something from, like, Family Guy?
Family Guy, that one's hard because it's already a guy doing voices.
Okay.
I really enjoy, every time I watch a commercial, I think I'm really going to focus first on commercials with black actors. Because
all right.
Because every time I see a cheesy commercial, that's how I put it in perspective. I'm like, man, I really think this commercial would be funny if Chris Rock did it, or if Richard Pryor did it, or if Hannibal Buress did it, or because black comedians, they've just got this way about them that just they can say shit.
They have this twang.
Yeah, it cracks you up. They can say shit that we can't say.
I like the guy from Neighbors. Don't ever call us again.
That's Hannibal Buress.
What are you talking about? You're the cops. Don't ever call us again.
That guy, that's exactly his stage presence too.
I love that.
He's so just mellowed out, but he doesn't smoke pot. He just sounds like it.
So he's just chill.
Yeah, he's naturally mellowed out.
Naturally chill. Some people say that about me.
Yeah. Definitely. You're not so much as like the mellow. I mean, you are mellow, but it's like the quirkiness. It's like people kind of have to check to make sure you're not stoned.
Who knows?
So tune in next time and, check out Chris Rock doing Viagra.
I can't wait.
Just to be clear, it's my impression of Chris Rock. We're not really having Chris Rock on here.
Sorry.
I don't need to be getting cease and desist letters.
But yes, I am going to be doing a giveaway.
Oh, okay. What are you giving away?
That's the surprise. I think it might be like a bundle.
Okay.
So.
Well, then everybody needs to follow her.
Yeah, keep your eyes out. I'll probably keep you on it too. So KidHash Podcast and Gypsy-J. And yeah, so it'll definitely happen before the next episode. So within a week, just, keep your eyes peeled like bananas, and you can hopefully try to win this cool giveaway.
Okay, so definitely keep an eye out on our Twitter accounts and on the website, kidhashpodcast.wordpress.com. And, just keep an eye out for that. We have our Twitter feed on the website, and we also have the latest episode right on the homepage. Or you can subscribe to our channel on YouTube. It's KidHash. And you can also follow us on Massroots at KidHash. If you don't have Massroots, I highly recommend it.
KidHash.
But I highly recommend it because it's a great social network app for specifically potheads.
It's cool.
It really is. And if you're in a fully legalized state, they have a dispensary locator. They have it's like the Instagram for pot. It's awesome.
But cooler than that.
Yeah, it really is. Especially since like all of the companies that are on the scene, I haven't found one on there that I haven't been able to not find one on there. They're all on Massroots because I think they all see it for the potential that it could have, and the more users that are there, the more value it has. I was really thinking about investing in it, but I don't have $25,000 to keep in the bank so that I can get into day trading.
Yeah, I don't have anywhere close to that, but
cool. I've been keeping an eye on the stock market, really seeing if I can find patterns and theoretically how much money I could bank by doing trades. And I looked into it, and there was one day where through theoretical trades I had racked up $100.
Oh wow.
But you have to, in order to do it the way that I was doing it, you have to qualify as a day trader. And in order to be a day trader, you have to have $25,000 just sitting there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I don't think I'll ever have 25,000 just sitting there.
Exactly. And I don't intend to invest in a stock just to hold on to it. If I'm getting into the stock market, I want to trade it, you know?
Right.
I want to be in there. I want to be active. I want to constantly keep an eye on my money.
I have to interrupt you. For anyone listening, KidHash is wearing a shirt. It's red. And then in white letters, capital, all capital, it just says fruitcake.
Yeah, what of it? I like fruitcake.
Hashtag fruitcake!
I like fruitcake, alright?
That's crazy. I love it. It was just like in my face.
You know, I was walking around with this today, and I went and did laundry. I went to the store, and I was high. Oh, just a little bit, just because I had to be, you know, out doing errands, and I had to be around a bunch of people, and I figured, why not? And it really feels like everybody's staring at you when you're wearing something like this. And I thought about it, because, you know, I'm a little more analytical about myself when I'm in that mind state, and I must be a sight when I walk into a place, because I'm a big dude with dark features. I got a beard, and then you really look at me, and I've got a shirt on that says fruitcake, and I'm wearing a fanny pack.
Fanny pack.
But I love the fanny pack.
Fanny.
I love the fanny pack because I keep everything in it, and I don't see anything wrong with it. Like I used to think that it was just the weirdest thing, but
it's a 90s thing.
Yeah, but even back then, I think it was kind of like something people made fun of.
I think people usually did it like when they were out like biking, or
yeah.
Like everyone in the 90s when they went to like Kings Island or Cedar Point or any theme park for that matter. I'm from Ohio. That's the first thing that came to mind. Everyone wore a fanny pack.
Well, I mean, they're really convenient, and I know. Look, I could get pickpocketed if I just kept all my shit in my pockets.
Yeah.
It would be really easy for somebody to pickpocket me because I wear cargo shorts. You know, it's just too easy. But if I have my fanny pack, like, they're not getting my stuff. I'm gonna know. I'm gonna feel it. I'm gonna see it. It's right there.
It honestly looks like a little camera bag, so I think you're good.
Well, yeah, I don't wear it out front like I'm gay. I put it
On
to
the
the side.
Yeah.
I try to give it a little bit of style, you know.
Oh yeah, we were shopping, and didn't you find $20 in a fanny pack at like a thrift store?
Fuck yeah, I did. I bought that fanny pack too.
Oh yeah, that was
a lucky
awesome.
fanny pack.
And I found a $20 bill like a week prior to that. It was just it was on the ground. It was a job that we were doing, so it had been sitting there for quite some time. And then like a week after you found yours, my mom found a $20 bill at the casino.
Wow.
Yeah.
People need to keep an eye on their 20s. I would lose my mind if I lost $20.
You know, I've been donating to charities though, just to, you know, keep the karma going.
That's good. Yeah, you should always keep the karma going. I hear a lot of people, like, when you say something like karma, they scoff at you, like, oh. But I've seen it. Like, it feels like this real force when you really analyze your life and how it goes. Like, or other people's lives and how it goes. You can see, like, that's a shitty person, and their life is shitty. That's not good. This guy over here, he gives to everybody he meets, and he's rolling in dough, and he is such a happy guy. There seems to be a correlation there to me.
Yeah. I like the saying, you get what you give. But
Well, yeah, same concept. It's all a different way of saying karma. You know, everything comes back around tenfold.
You might not believe it, like, at the moment, like, if you give, and then you're just living in a crap life. I mean, eventually, I think good will come your way.
Yeah, I agree. I think being a positive person and, you know, expressing positivity to people, just the attitude has a very real effect on those around you, and that, you know, you affect them, and then they go out after you're done with your interaction, and their next exchange is that much more positive. And, you know, because of that, the person they interacted with is more positive, and it just
Yeah, have you
goes
seen
out.
Have you seen the movie Pay It Forward?
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
been
it
a
so
long
much.
time since I've seen that.
It's great. It's true though.
I'm a comedy cinephile. So, like, I'll watch movies like that, but I'll only watch it, like, once, maybe twice.
I like those movies. Like, do you ever just feel, okay, not you, but our listeners, do you ever feel like you just need a good cry from a movie? Like, I'll watch The Vow, or
I'm a
what is that
sensitive
one?
bitch. No, I really am, but not with not with movies like that. It's always the weird ones. It's always weird movies that get me going. Like See Spot Run. Did you ever see that movie?
Not all of it.
I was a little kid, and I remember even as a little kid, I was like ashamed of myself. I'm sitting there in the theater, and there's this like big black guy, little kid, dog between him, having to like doing the classic pick who he wants to go with, and it's just like as a little kid, I was just this poor dog.
Oh my gosh! Have you seen Shiloh?
No.
Yeah. Okay. You tell me that you cried over a dog. You watch Shiloh. You'll die.
What?
I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, she's not a pothead.
I'm pretty sure that.
That's why she's an honorary pothead, guys.
I think.
she's gone half the time.
Yes. I think the dog got beat a lot, and like a kid rescued him. And you know what? We're gonna have to watch it because now I'm just dying to know. I'd watch it like every day as a kid, and now I can't remember it.
But like I said, it's weird for me because I really have to fight back tears on some of those movies, especially the ones that you shouldn't, that they don't necessarily try to hit as deep of an emotional spot, and they still get me. But then those movies where they're like really trying to just dig down deep into your emotions and just rip your heart out, I'm like, this movie fucking sucks.
Oh my god.
Like it has no effect on me. It's because I can feel them trying, and that bugs me. Like with the dog and everything, it's like it doesn't feel like they're trying so hard. It just gets me naturally.
This giant beanie on my head actually really itches.
Alright, well, we should get the fuck out of here like we were going to 10 minutes ago before we started digging into this. This is what happens when you go down the rabbit hole.
That was like 20 minutes ago. But yeah, you and your fruitcake shirt and your fanny pack.
Alright,
fanny fruit!
So again, guys, fanny packs kick ass. You should go out and get yourself one. You might find $20 in it. Follow us at KidHash Podcast. Follow Gypsy-J over here at Gypsy Joint. You can follow us on Mass Roots at KidHash. You can find our website, kidhashpodcast.wordpress.com.
KidHash.
Subscribe to our channel. It's the only way that we can really branch out and get more listeners, and we can get our content to you guys that much quicker.
Yes.
Plus, we really would appreciate it.
We would. We'd appreciate feedback. We need it all.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys have something you want to say, even if you think that this podcast is just a big hunk of shit, we would love to know that.
Let us know so we can eat it for breakfast.
And anything that you guys say that, is productive, something that we can implement, we will definitely do it. And if it's feasible, and we will give you a shout out and try to promote whatever account you contact us from so that you can get more followers.
Follow for follow, shout out for shout out.
The internet is for networking, and we will network with you. So please network with us, give us feedback, help us grow.
Alright, so happy St. Patrick's Day. Keep an eye out for that giveaway bundle.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm excited. I love giveaways. Be safe out there. Go
green. No drinking and driving.
Yeah, go green if you're going to do anything. Both ways.
Yeah. Always go green. You can never not go green. Recycle. Pot. Vegetables.
Yes.
Go green.
What else?
Automobiles.
Yeah.
You can go green with automobiles.
Yeah.
Definitely. Vegetable oil. There's a hemp car, okay? I don't know anybody in the United States that has one, but it's out there. Go buy that beautiful son of a bitch.
Okay, we gotta go. We can't get back into this.
Yeah, we're gonna go down another rabbit hole. Alright, later fuckers.
Later, haters.